Hi, I'm Josh and I'm part of the lifeboat crew here at Portsmouth Lifeboat Station, and this is our D-Class. Today I'm going to be showing you what I love about the D-Class lifeboat. The D-Class's nickname is the workhorse of the RNLI, and with good reason. For over 60 years, they've been carrying the RNLI crews to the rescue, bringing thousands of people safely home. They're a key part of our lifeboat fleet. In fact, around half of all RNLI lifeboat stations have a D-Class. They're inshore lifeboats, so they're suited to rescue closer to the shore. They can access difficult areas that our all-weather lifeboats can't, getting up close to cliffs, rocks and caves. And they come into their own on search and rescue missions in big surf and shallow water. Here we are on the D-Class. Let's have a look at the equipment on board. Now, the amazing things about these lifeboats is that every inch of space is utilised for life-saving equipment. Starting at the bow, we have our Delta anchor. Now, this can be deployed if we want to stay stationary for a moment of time, or if we want to veer down onto a casualty.
Anchor in.
Moving back, we have our sea anchor, and that can deploy in times of trouble, where we want to keep our heads to the elements. Moving down back again, we've got our O2 tank, and we can give that to casualties if they need it. Moving around to the pod, we have our radio, our SIMs, which are our electronical charts. Beneath that, we have two sets of flares. We have red flares for distress, and white flares for collision avoidance and illuminating an area during nighttime operations. And below that, we have our medical locker, where we store such items like our full resuscitation kit, responders bag, and multi-purpose ambulance pouch. Moving down after the vessel, you'll find our two fuel bags on the side of the sponsons. In here, we keep all our towing equipment. Further down, we'll have our spares in case anything gets damaged. In our night bag, you'll find our searchlights and our night vision goggles. We have a spare prop just below the engine in case we damage ours. And then over this side, just for backup, we keep a spare set of charts and our check cards. So here we are at the engine. This is our Mariner 3-cylinder 2-stroke 0.7 litre outboard petrol engine. It produces 50 horsepower, giving the D-Class a top speed of 25 knots, which can maintain for up to 3 hours at sea. Our most important bit of equipment is our kill cord. We always make sure that's on. Should we go overboard, that will stop the engine. We turn it on via this green button with the electrics, or if we don't have electrics, we can start it by the pull cord. The throttle is here, kind of like a motorbike, and we have a stop button at the top of that one. And to put it in gear, we use this lever at the side. So when we go to sea, we can take up to 4 crew members, but we usually go with 3. The helm would sit back here, steering the boat, and we'd have 2 crew members kneeling up the front. The one on the port side will usually do the comms with the fist mic there, and the one on the starboard side would do the navigation as the control is situated here. You'll see that the D-Class doesn't have a wheelhouse, so as crew we're exposed to the elements at all times, and it can get pretty cold and wet out at sea. That's why our crew kit is so important. It keeps us warm and safe. This is our kit room, so this is where we store all our PPE so that we can be safe at sea. These are our thermal base layers, which we wear under our dry suits, keeping us warm in the winter and cool in the summer. So our dry suits are really good bits of kit. They have reinforced wellies with metal plates going down the sole and steel toe caps, keeping us nice and safe when we board casualty vessels or go ashore. It has shoulder straps, making sure that it doesn't ride down and keeping it all in position. We have reflective branding on our arms, so if we do have to enter the water, at night time we can still be seen. Cuffs keep all the water out, and the zip going from the shoulder down to the waist. And then we'll move over to the other side of the crew room for the final bits of kit. We have our helmets to keep us nice and safe, with visors on the front to keep the sea spray out of our eyes and when we're working with lines on the load. You'll also notice our head torches and our GoPros. And finally, we move on to our most important bit of kit, our life jackets. As ILB crews, our life jackets also have built-in buoyancy aids in them that can hold a crew member in the water nice and safely. But when inflated, it goes up to 380 newtons, and that can hold 2 people without buoyancy aids afloat and safe. We carry a dual-purpose flare on our life jackets. One end sends out orange smoke, which can make us be seen during the day. One end also sends out a red flare, so it can be seen better at night time. Inside our life jackets, we also hold CAS care cards to help us when we deal with any casualties afloat. We also have yacht harness, so we can secure ourselves to any casualty vessel. We have a PLB, which is our personal location beacon, and what that does, it sends a signal out so people can come and find us if we find ourselves overboard.
Okay.
There are times when we need to enter the water, and it's moments like that when we really need to know that we can rely on our kit. It might be that a casualty is trapped on the rocks and we need to reach them, or worst case scenario, our lifeboat could capsize. This is very rare, but we need to be prepared just in case. That's why all lifeboat crew members complete crew emergency procedures training at the RNLI Sea Survival Centre. As part of the course, we learn what to do if our D-class lifeboat capsizes. We experience going underneath the capsized vessel to find communications equipment and flares. We're taught how to work together to right the lifeboat. Then we run through how to get back on board and restart the engine. Training is vital. It prepares us for whatever we might have to face at sea. Here at Portsmouth, we train twice a week as crew, so that we can stay competent and ready for when our call comes. We often find ourselves going to the Winner Bank, where people can find themselves getting caught out by the tide. During the summer, Southsea can be really busy. We often find ourselves going out to swimmers, pleasure crafts and inflatables. And then we find ourselves in Langston Harbour, where we are based, where we find people often getting caught out by the drying heights within the harbour. The crew are getting ready for a training exercise now. We'll have a briefing, then with the help of our brilliant shore crew volunteers, we'll launch the lifeboat. Here at Portsmouth Lifeboat Station, our D-class is launched with a trolley and ToolTrak. Most stations launch their D-class lifeboats in this way, but some lower them into the sea using a davit system, which is a shore-mounted crane. To launch our D-class lifeboat, it takes 1 head launcher, 2 banks people, and 1 ToolTrak driver. Once the driver is given the go-ahead that is all safe and clear on the slipway,
ToolTrak, slip, ready, check over. Slip ready, this is ToolTrak, loud and clear, ready to go, over. You are loud and clear also, and you are clear to move.
they can then proceed downwards and onto the water.
Clear to recover.
Is it this one you want active?
Yeah, we'll have that one going out the harbour active, please. Central Coast Guard, this is Portsmouth ILB. We have launched on exercise details as per landline. Over.
Next bearing 175.
Next bearing 175.
slightly further west,
Yep.
and then we'll start going through a few of the EOPs.
Okay.
Happy? Let's speed up a bit. Happy to speed up if you are.
Yeah, happy.
Half metre on your beam.
Half metre on the beam.
Recovering. Contact.
Cool.
Recovered.
Nice. Looks like you've got a lot of flames coming out your engine there.
Right, okay. So, fire. I'm going to stop the engine.
Cool.
If you could pass me the fire extinguisher, you do a DSC and start your Mayday.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is Portsmouth ILB, Portsmouth ILB, Portsmouth ILB, MMSI 232. 50.
Yeah, so I've isolated the fuel as well. Taking that cap off there, put in 3 seconds, assess.
Lovely. Cool, that's about halfway if we swap over now.
Yep, happy with that. We're in neutral.
Collision.
Right, okay. Okay, so welfare check.
Cool, yeah, absolutely. Everyone well?
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, so yeah, welfare check on them if it's another vessel. We should check the state of our vessel.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick check around to see if there's any damage to the hull. I'll take it on board.
Okay,
Ripped any sponsons off, anything else?
looking around.
Hanging on at the front. Any damage to the soft hull? Cool. As far as I'm concerned, we're going to need capsize next, and that's us done for tonight. Happy?
Yeah.
Happy? Go through the cars and just make sure we didn't miss anything.
Yep.
Cool. So for me, that was brilliant. You know, that was faultless. It was good. Cool.
To recover the D-class, the ToolTrak and trailer will be on the water's edge ready. The lifeboat will then come in and recover bow first. And when it's safe to do so, it's brought back into the boathouse, where it's cleaned down and ready for service. It's really important that we look after our lifeboats, as the seawater can degrade the materials that our lifeboats are made of. So we wash it down with fresh water and give it a good soaping. This makes sure that we can continue the longevity of our boats. And that's it, the D-class is safely back at the station and ready to launch again for when the next call for help comes. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed learning more about the D-class lifeboat and seeing what a brilliant, versatile vessel it is. Please like and subscribe to our channel and keep an eye out for more videos like this one.